your way. Well, I walked to the front door, and my car was only parked about 20 feet from his front door. And as I headed for the car, I was really picking them up and putting them down, Obviously, I didn't realize that until I got within sight of the car. And there I was, my right leg up, and there about 3 feet, I saw the reflection in the window. Well, you know how you are when you do something that's not overly bright. You think everybody in town's looking at you, so I looked around. And nobody was paying any attention to me, none whatever. But realizing how silly I must have looked, I couldn't help it. I just laughed out loud. And then I had a fascinating thought. The reality is the business I am in is that of optometry. What I do is I fit people with new glasses. And the purpose of this new series is to fit you with a brand new pair of glasses. Now, let me tell you, these glasses are not rose-colored. It's not utopia that I'm going to be talking about. You probably know that utopia is an ancient Greek word meaning nowhere. So I'm not going to be talking about utopia. But these new glasses are vision glasses. They will permit you to see things that exist around us all the time, opportunities, excitement, chances to serve, chances to do things that have been there all the time. But we simply have been unable to see them. No, these are not rose-colored glasses, but they're not woes-colored glasses either. The reality is these are vision glasses. Solomon said this, "My people perish for lack of a vision." Dr. Albert Schweitzer, in the declining years of his life, was asked, "How goes it, Dr. Schweitzer?" And he said, "My sight grows dim, but my vision is clearer than ever." Helen Keller said, "There's one thing worse than being blind, and that is not having any vision." So we're going to look at some vision. We're going to look at some things that we can really do that will make a difference. Let me simply say also that these vision glasses are reversible, meaning simply that when you turn them around, they permit you to look inside of you and see some things that have been there all the time, but you have not recognized them before. You see, a lot of people have no earthly idea what they can do because all they've been told is what they can't do. Now, they can see where you'd be successful, you'd be successful, you'd be successful, you'd be successful, but not me. We're going to change that perception with these glasses. We're going to be sharing with you. Donna sung this morning about take me back to my early belief. Take me back when I was a baby Christian. Passion is when you catch a glimpse of the potential that is there. When you realize the potential that you're given in Christ, incredible things will happen. Last week, the redhead and I, and for you visitors, when I talk about my wife, I always call her the redhead. She's a decided redhead, as some of you know. One day she just decided she was going to be a redhead. Now, when I'm talking to her, it's always sugar baby. And her name is Jean. And as some of you know, she has been inducted into the MasterCard Hall of Fame. So she's excited. She believes her spiritual gift is shopping. Her little car gives her 19 miles to the gallon. Well, anyhow, here a couple of weeks ago, I guess it was now, we went out to dinner with our granddaughter, Amy. Now, her name is Sunshine. I've called her Sunshine all of her life, and just kind of to demonstrate the power of words. When she was a little tyke, she got negative on us. She started whining and griping and complaining, and so I changed her name to Sunshine. And it's amazing what that name change did. And I told her why I called her Sunshine, because she was always smiling and always laughing and always so friendly and always having such a good time. Well, at this particular dinner, I think the redhead and I agree that that was one of the most exciting dinners we had ever been to. Now, I had the privilege of baptizing Sunshine many years ago. But, she had gotten away from her new love, her new faith. And then for the last 6 months, she's been praying very heavily, asking God to restore and give her the desire to love Him more. And I'm here to tell you, folks, that had you been there, you would have caught fire. I've never been as excited before that I can remember, because she was just exuberant about all of the things she was doing. The coincidences, quote, coincidence is God's way of staying anonymous.